This is a live stream. There we go.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than
Vitamins and minerals,
food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose ain't no evil. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. Smith 9 Mills, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show.
Y'all heard the man. You know how the story go. This is the Self Love Show, and the views expressed in today's pod are those of the hosts, the guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or we say TATN. This is a spot where we dive deeply into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, and our culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise to the Most High, the ancestors, and my late and beloved Mama Sky. I miss you every moment. There is a moment in every journey where the enemy ain't outside. It's within. Not the hater online, not the ex, not the gig, not the sister, but the quiet voice that whispers, don't try. Don't try that. Don't risk that. Don't become that. Tonight on the Self Love Show, we're stepping into the shadow side of growth, the part of us that slams the door right when the blessing is knocking. You're trying to block my blessings. Would you stop walking back and forth? You're annoying me at this point. Okay. Why do we run from the very thing we say we want? Why do we sabotage love, money, peace, opportunity, and healing? Why? 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 That is the question. Okay. And more importantly, how do we make it stop? This ain't a shame session. This is a mirror, a black mirror. And on the Self Love Show, we don't do no surface level healing. These are lessons, not lectures. We go deeper. So, whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color. Today is Tuesday, January 20, 2026, at approximately 7:38 in the rack. And as always, you cats, speaking of cats, you cats can be anywhere in this entire universe and house. All right. I mean, man, my goodness. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it like this. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right. Here. Together.
Back and forth.
I've never done this before. Get. All right. Get. One of y'all. They got to hear get. All right. Bear down, brother Wordsmith. What down. What you manifesting today?
Love, man. You know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent. magnanimous, unfiltered, unfettered. Some call it harsh. Others have said it's tough, but I can assure you it's self-love all the time.
No doubt.
What's been up with you in our neck of America since we last popped out?
Well, there was a disappointing football game on Sunday evening. But congrats to the Bears and what they did this season. And
It's all DJ Moore's fault.
well, no.
That's the narrative.
Well, the guy out his mouth said it was a miscommunication.
and said that DJ ran the right route.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole narrative is that way because the whole way it is, he makes so much money that they're saying they're going to trade him or in this offseason. So
to question his work ethic, he went in the tent, then got slammed on his head. This guy won us walk-offs against he walked off against the Packers. He takes hits
twice.
Every game he gets up and
not walk-offs, but
winning. But to question his work ethic
is ridiculous
when he's probably the toughest SOB on the whole damn team.
Yeah, one of them, if not, I mean.
And I would expect Nails and Coach BJ to get out ahead of this, and they should be supporting that dude and saying just what you and I are saying right now. Period.
Well, I mean, I think they're all butthurt right now, and I think they will get out in front of that because it was a narrative that, and it kind of proved too that BJ didn't really like DJ.
Yeah.
So I mean. From jump and early in the season, his number didn't get called.
True, but the cream always rises. He ended up one of the highest for a receiver this season, 40% of the team's receptions, or passing yards, something it was. I just saw a stat.
He didn't make 1,000 yards.
No,
that don't mean nothing because Caleb Williams didn't have he had 30s. He didn't get 4,000 yards. So
he was close. He was close.
Very close. And I'm not knocking him or whatever, but we just looking at the whole thing and we're saying he's got a certain percentage of that. You know what I mean?
That's my only thing, Noob. You remember, was it last week or the week before when Luther Burden, Caleb threw the ball right to the safety. And then he shook his head and he was mad at Burden.
Yes. That's what I said at work today. I was like, how are you mad at people when you throw it straight to the defense? And that second one wasn't kind of straight.
But I'm saying he threw it straight there. And then his analysis was Burden broke off his route. And we were saying, well, first of all, the ball wasn't catchable. And maybe he made a choice and you need to put that ball to where he is. So if instead of admitting you're wrong, if you're going to go into the meetings and watching film and say, well, I need y'all to run that route. If I'm going to tell you self-love, I just need you to continue on that route. Don't make a choice. And then that's the narrative in-house. So DJ Moore kept running his damn route. On that same play, Roma Doomsday stopped running.
Yeah.
That same play. Because nobody expected him to throw that shit.
Yeah. And he threw it, he didn't throw it exactly straight to the motherfucker, but
he didn't throw it the way DJ was running.
Like he said that he made the right choice. So he said he was looking for him to go flat on it. I don't even believe that. I think it was a missed throw.
The safety jumped it. I've seen you do it in intramural football.
Yeah.
And Rex Ryan even said it. So the safety pretended like he was about to follow Rome deep. He shaded that way. And then he just made a decision to jump it because he probably figured they weren't going to throw a deep ball. They only needed 15 yards to get in field goal range. So the safety caught Caleb slipping. And he's going to learn from it.
Well, completely, in my opinion, because he should have just dropped it off.
Yeah. You talking about to the guy who could have got 5-7 yards on that play
and first down.
Yeah, because it was 2nd and 8. I said too. I said he would have got it first. Everybody else saying he's only going to get 3 or 4 yards. No. It's right.
No. It was nobody there.
And at that point in the game, We had all the momentum, you know. God damn it.
You might put her in a room or something.
She knocked over the beer, knocked it on my phone.
Yeah, she's relentless today. So I'll take this opportunity to go into the science of self. Amongst our people and the things that we do and achieve and succeed at, there is a uniting power. There is a science of self. It's we are all one. And the analogy is that as we are made up of all the cells that we are made of, we all make up the cells of the creator. We have gifts and specialties, just like cells, just like special cells, like organ cells. We are all here to move as one, to come together as the sum. There's truth, and even in these bodies or vehicles that we exist, there is a different twist. Some cells are cancerous, so-called, and cause disease and brings the vehicle to its knees. But the truth is, we can achieve whatever we put our mind to. We put these cells on that level. Science of self.
100%. Solid frequency, all that shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and then I'm just saying, man, you can't throw 7 intercepts. Look, I moved off JF1 during that game, and I'm off him. But you can't throw 7 interceptions all season and then throw what, 5 in the playoffs, and none of them are your fault.
5. Just
Yeah, he had 3.
Just 4. All right.
No, he had 2 last game, and he had 3 this game.
It was 1 last game, right?
No, 2. 2.
Yes, you're right. It was definitely 2 turnovers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Those 6 all season and 5 in 2 games. And it's
yeah,
everybody else's fault.
every interception he's ever thrown. I understand you Caleb Glazers out there, and I get it. But Self, I just want him. I've heard Josh Allen. I've heard Mahomes. Hey, that's a bad ball. That's on me. Anytime the interception is on me, like I just want him to say that, bro. He'd get more points in that locker room and in the huddle. There's no way if you're my receiver, bro, I'm gonna hang you out to dry like that and then say it's a miscommunication. It's not a miscommunication. He was running his route, and you were hoping that he would have deviated and made a choice on it that was different.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think the throw wasn't right.
Right. Then you come out and say some other stuff.
It's
So,
miscommunication.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even
I think
even
the
if it
throw wasn't
was,
right, bro. That's the way I saw it, where I looked at it,
the
and the way he
safety
said
played him.
he's saying the miscommunication. Yeah.
And that's what Ben Johnson said. He first said, "Oh, I got to take another look at it," and then at the same sentence he said it was a heck of a play by the safety. How do you know that if you got to take another look at it? So that's what made me start paying attention to the safety. The safety sold self like we used to do in basketball,
Right.
selling like you're gonna be over here, and then boop,
I ain't even watch after the game stuff, bro.
yeah, and then boop.
I said,
So he made the wrong read. He would have been throwing that to.
oh my God.
What are you trying to do?
You gotta lock that. You gotta lock her up.
She's normally like in the back
Never.
room.
Maybe once. Maybe once.
Must be some her little boyfriend or something must be out there in the alley because she keep trying to get up in that window. Look, so
Well, stay up in the window.
he's back. Right.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, it's just amazing, man. Like regardless though, self, you know, in my opinion. And these are the things he's gonna learn, hopefully. I hope he doesn't go on an ego driven metrosexual slash autosexual off season where he's at the Blackhawks game, sitting in the front row, smiling 2 days after throwing 3 interceptions in the divisional playoffs. This happened.
Yeah, I'm not mad if
If he goes to the Blackhawk game,
and is cheering for somebody to win because he lost and it was his fault.
he again
He had some outstanding plays that
bro,
they wouldn't even be in overtime. I mean, god damn.
but see, on the one hand,
Yes.
but on the other hand, he wasn't doing shit all half before that either.
On the other hand, if they moved the ball, he threw an interception when they should have got some points, and the
And the
coach has
coach
got to
kicks
take
the
some
field
points.
goals instead of going. Yeah,
He's got
instead
to
of
take
going.
some points.
Yes,
I agree. Go for it sometime, but that first time, the
man,
down and
get on the
distance and
board,
all
get some
that, get on
points
the
on the
board.
board.
Get on the board.
But see, if you'd have got those points the first time, one of them other times at the end of the game, you could have took that 3 and it would have put you down 1. And you wouldn't have been forced to go for it on fourth because you needed more points. So had he taken that first field goal later in the game when we got stuffed down there at the goal line, we could have kicked the field goal with 6 minutes left, been down 1. You know what I mean? Stuff like that I don't think they consider when they're doing the analytics.
No. Ben Johnson ain't really going about analytics. He going by shit. We're aggressive. We're aggressive, and I think he's gonna learn. I really do, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad because they could have been down 7-6. You know what I mean? But they was up 10. Right?
Yeah, but it ended up being 9 points he left on the
No,
table to get
7-6.
7.
Yeah.
So that's -2.
Yeah, and there were times. I mean, you got to take some points. I mean, that's you got to take some points because that he's left a whole lot of points on the table, tickling his
tonsils. Now, if we get three
with
turnovers,
a feather.
if we have 3 turnovers and only lose in overtime by 3,
Yeah,
and the MVP quarterback had a 67 rating and Nails had a 58 rating. The weather was a problem, the wind was a problem. Oh, and the receivers dropping the ball. My God.
it's a huge problem this year. So I mean, we really got to discuss this because he really had the worst passing percentage for it's a few reasons, and part of it is his fault. To me, the drops were huge, but
and throwing the ball away.
Yes, and he shouldn't throw the ball away all the time.
As much, right?
Right. There was
which he stopped doing.
He
down
did
clutch time. In the
yes,
last 4
always
games.
Clutch time. It's always
Yeah.
the first through. No, you do that you play the game every down.
He missed a pass, and we got to move on. He missed a pass to DJ Moore in that fourth quarter, one-on-one, and whose fault was that?
It was his. He had
was that a miscommunication too?
Yeah, it was his same thing. Errant pass is labeled as a miscommunication.
Well, he should learn. He's going to learn that most Chicagoans, Walter Payton, Michael Jordan, they come out after a game like that self and say, I got to be better. At the end of the day, I got to be better. You know what I'm saying? Put that on me. And he'll get there, I hope. But he's an alpha Gen Z. He's
even
Gen
if
Z.
he don't. Even if he don't.
They have trouble, in my opinion, not all of them, taking accountability. Gen Z.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
their lip a quiver.
Hold on. I want to state this for the record.
Go ahead.
I 100% agree with what you're saying, but
their lip quiver.
I don't care if this dude does not take accountability if he plays better the next week or stops the shit that he did. And if it curtails his ego
Well,
by
good luck
saying
with
that
that. My analogy of the player
medication.
self is this: your family's out there starving, right? God forbid your family's starving, and you got you a rifle, and you out there going deer hunting, and there's 3 or 4 doe right there, maybe 30 yards away, self, and you could bag them. You know what I mean? They won't feed your family for the whole year, right? But if you can take that food home to your family and y'all can eat for a week or two and they won't die.
Shit,
He's
if
gonna
you
what he's
get
gonna
two or
do,
three of them, then you're really
yeah,
good.
but usually only get one shot, the other ones run off. But what he's gonna do is there's a buck, a big buck, 2,000 pound buck, about 2 miles in the distance, right? He's gonna take that shot. He's going to risk taking that shot as opposed to taking that layup, and that's what we love about him. We love it when he.
That's
So
because that's only at the end of the game because he will not take risk. He do not do that early in the
it's weird.
game. No, when he has to, that's when he
Well,
makes the play. So
kind of. When okay, I made a note of this when DJ had the walk off touchdown against Green Bay. We were like, yeah, it's great. It's walk off. Yeah. It was the same fucking situation. 2nd and 8. All we needed was a damn field goal. And he went back there and went big game hunting. And I was like, no, no, no. And then when
uh,
DJ called it, I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
I
He's got
feel
some.
you. That was a route. I mean, they had set the play up. It was
And,
the same shit
and
and all that.
that's
I know
Ben
you know
Johnson
that.
calling this shit.
Right, right.
Everybody's running deep on that one route that he. Like, if you're going to call it, say, man, tell him, hit the check down on this. I'm calling this play for you to hit the
Well,
check down.
they called it to check down earlier in the game, and the pump fake was the reason why DJ was open because they ran the same shit earlier in the game to Burden and got a good gain out of it.
That was in the
And
playoff game. I'm in the
right,
last regular season game.
man, no, the regular season,
All we
man.
needed was a
Hey,
field goal.
there was a lot of trash by Ben Johnson. It was either completely trash calls. He said it was
He's
trash.
calling it. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right. I'm saying he said it was bad. He said that uh, uh, Caleb is bailed him out
Okay.
sometimes.
We
But
know that I've been on 1-on-0 fast breaks. I was one of the first to do this before Steph Curry, and I'd stop and shoot a three, right? I would not do that if we were down one fucking point at the end of a ball game. And Caleb is the type of son of a bitch who'll do it down 1 point at the end of a ball game, and then when he makes it, we're all like, yay, yay, yay. Nobody questions him on it. Nobody. They just say we're not going to
no,
coach that
everybody,
out of him, and
you
that's
know,
bad decisions in my opinion. Now I could be. What's our topic today?
self
Yeah,
sabotage.
yeah, I could be self-sabotaging. Maybe he's got that mindset of, there is no ceiling for what I can do. But I'm saying situational football. I guess that's what I'm trying to say in short.
I agree 100% because there was somebody open for the first down. It
We
was
only needed
second down.
15 yards to win, man.
Right, right. So somebody could get at least 8 yards. I mean,
Yeah.
you take that.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, he's going to, like you said earlier, no, no, I don't know.
You don't know because
I,
some of this
I
is our coach. Is our coach probably telling him, like, we got an aggressive coach and we got an aggressive quarterback?
yeah, but he's gotta take what the defense gives him, no matter what it is. If it's a drop off, it's just him taking off because there was a whole lot of times he should have just took off and got
Man,
first.
that play he could have
I'm
taken off.
just, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
That play.
But he had somebody he could throw to. He could have just been like,
Did
And
you see the one when he
you
had
know what?
Cole
One thing I
Komet
saw,
right in front of him, where you like,
yes,
throw it, throw it. He finally threw it. You know what I'm talking about? He rolled out.
yes, yes,
Komet was wide open.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
throw it, throw it, throw it. He finally threw it, and Komet got the first down.
You know what I saw more than any I've ever seen pump fakes. He had a few pump fakes in that game,
Yeah,
which I really appreciated.
yeah, yeah. We got to get on topic. Show the ball. That's next for him. When he's out there running, show the ball. Yeah, the defense don't know what to do. Yeah, they don't know what you're up to. They don't know what's behind them. All right, we got way off topic. Bear down, y'all. Great season. Great job. We do have our quarterback. We got our coach. Just needs a little fine tuning here and there. Give me 5 minutes in the room with nails and I'll fix him. All right, what to expect on today's show? The Self Love Show quote of the day. All right. We already started out with that. Then we got our more growth and development video program. It's less than a minute. That's what we stand upon. And then we cover, we're going to unpack 2 short videos. And we want some feedback from you guys. We're going to react to these videos. It's generally our government moving to and fro. And if it's tyranny, we want to know if you think it's tyranny, and if it's not, we want to know if you don't think it's tyranny. And then we'll get on topic eventually, which is the self-sabotaging psychology. Why is it done, and how to stop it? And we wrap it up when this brother to my left or right, wherever it's looking on your guys' screen, he's going to summarize today's whole entire show off the rip with a bit of prose from the top of the dome out there. Do stick around for that. It's always a gem out there. You got any announcements there, fella?
Love, honor, respect. Um, show truth to yourself and your people and know what it is. But also, we have an extraordinary event that we host every year. Ancestral Echoes, Echo. And it's always presented by Midwest Festivals. And I'm telling you, this year is going to be super duper special. It's going to be, man, elevating above every time. It grows every year. And if you know the truth, it's living proof that we are sincere about exposing you to the best situation, the highest form of elevation. Believe me,
Yes, it's ascending.
It's going to surpass your imagination. It always did and always does and always will.
But you got to be there.
That's the only way you'll know.
Yeah, if you turn your camera or your computer, it can center you so that you're not just in the corner of the screen.
I know I'm kind of staying out of the way of my picture back there, but I get you.
You kidding me? You kidding me? Your pictures is you kidding me? Your picture is more important than actual you?
Well, yeah, because it's really my it's a image for my future release that's coming out. So I'm just putting it in people's mind. Just
you've been sitting in the corner before you even had that picture.
No, I stayed in the center way more than that because I haven't got out of the way of this picture so people could see it.
All right.
So I decided marketing.
Yeah. I want to say happy birthday to Jamie Orr. You remember she came on the show?
For sure.
Producer. Happy 21st birthday, young lady. And may you have 42 more. So appreciate you popping out on the Self Love Show. Y'all stop the violence. We got some chatter out there. Oh, my God. You're fucking everything up. Get off the computer. We got some chatter out there in the chat. Wakil L said, "My brothers." What up, my brother? And then he said, "Correct. Points are at a premium, so take all the points." So he agrees with Ben Johnson needs to be a little bit more conservative out there. Big ups to all the conservatives. He said DJ gave up on the route. Okay, if I take that as a truth, even if he didn't fucking give up on the route, that he wasn't going to make it there to where the ball was, in my opinion.
Well, he had been catching the ball and getting banged up all before
he
that.
Just came out of the tent. And
I mean, so
no, and you're right, so and it wasn't like he slowed down. He was running the same speed he was running. He was right. He didn't slow down.
No,
he did not give up on the route.
No, he was just tired or hurt or whatever you want to say.
And what they said was, and I think what they said was Ben Johnson had just installed that play. So because even Rome stopped on the play. I just think, why do you call a play like that they're unfamiliar with in that situation? Do you know what I'm saying? Self, go with your best stuff and get these 10,
If
15
there's an
yards.
option on it, like,
Man,
I mean, is there option on all the routes?
no,
That
no, he won't
that
clarify that, but no, it wasn't a choice. They
if it
said
was a miscommunication, then
it should be a choice route.
yeah, it had to be according to saying that.
But if you
But
install the play,
or it's what I said. That motherfucker made a bad throw and said it was miscommunication.
it depends on how the play was installed, and that's why I don't like Ben Johnson leaving this shit out here like that. Clarify it or say, hey, get off DJ, or say, we're going to work on it. Because when you install it, so if I'm installing the play, I'll tell you, all right, and if that safety does what he just did, curl it. And I'm talking to you and the quarterback about that. And that's the read. But I'm telling you that safety is just like when you're doing RPO. Sometimes that
Yeah,
end
yeah, yeah.
fake like he doing one thing and
Yeah, and he does something else. Yeah,
correct.
I got you.
Correct.
I'm not.
So it it's a play design. It might have been play design. Bottom line, in he's the quarterback, Wakil, and and he had the check down wide open.
That above everything.
Yeah, or he
Cause
could have ran and got us the first down.
yeah, either or. But I mean, even the same time he was going to throw that, the motherfucker was wide open right there for,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
right there.
Damn near get us in fucking field goal
And
range.
we see
Like
it. We saw it when Cole commit. We saw it.
and this man has made some extraordinary catches and all that and beat up out the fucking out the tent.
Correct. He
I
had just came
disagree,
out the pit,
Wakil.
and
I
then dude gave him
disagree.
the ball when he first played. When he came back on the field, he got tackled on his helmet. At some point,
Man,
as a quarterback, you got to be like, all right, DJ, you just more of a decoy here. Self Love's banged up. I'm not going to keep forcing it in there to him, and he's walking around here concussed.
when we can get 7, 8 yards from the guy right down there. Because he was at about 5 yards with nobody around him.
Man, that play when Cole Kmet was right in front of his face, begging for the ball, and he was still rolling out to his left. I was throw it to him, give it to him. When he finally gave it to him, he got the first, but if he'd given it to him right away, Cole Kmet could have had 15, 20 yards. So, big game hunting. We're going to have to live with it. He's Jeff George out there, Self. He's a mobile Jeff George out there.
Nah, I'm not gonna claim that for him. He's gonna grow
He can make all the throws like Jeff George.
well, no, fuck that. He's going to make all the throws, like really all the throws. He's going to drop it down. He wants to be the best of all time. So if that's what he wants to be, and he's going to study this shit, he's going to learn, and he's going to do what is called for. Otherwise, fuck him.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I'm not dealing with Jeff George level of quarterback.
He's a mobile Jeff George.
No, he's.
Did you see him run up the middle, Self, and give you some of that USC? Yeah, he ran up the middle last game.
Well, no, I'm the part that he's is mobile, but the whole problem I have with what you're saying is you're saying he's mobile, Jeff George. The Jeff George part is what I got to leave off. We got to eliminate.
Jeff George threw a pretty ball. He had one of
and he was a good quarterback, but
yeah.
this dude is going to be way better. We're not going to talk about Jeff George.
All right. Jeff
I'm
George,
not going to tolerate.
Go Illini, man. You hate on the Illini.
I'm not, but I'm not going to tolerate that because it's a Bears. If you know Illini, yeah, I get that. Bears.
All right.
All right.
If anybody out in the chat, let us know if you feel like you're a victim of self-sabotage, if you've done that in the past or you tend to do it. Let us know where you're checking in from, like what city or what neighborhood of that city. Rep your neighborhood, rep your block. Nah, maybe not. Rep your city. You know what I mean? And we do have a maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I am getting ahead of myself, but I'm gonna drop a link. It's the poll, and we'll go over that in a minute. But enough of my yapping out there.
Let's go. East South Show to the world blow up. For Tory Wordsmith, the Self Love Show, the self-sabotaging self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done, and how to stop it. And I'm gonna be open and honest. When I really looked into this whole situation, some of it, there are things that I do that could be called that. Not all of them, not near all of them, but just being honest. And it's a thing that can stop you and freeze you and can stop you from going where you need to go and how you need to grow. So it's very important. Very important. This is a huge.
And you said it a while ago. It's a loop. It's programming.
Yes.
It's a loop.
Yes. Yes. It is. And you go over it and over it, over it, over it, and then every day is the same, even though it's different. But it's still the same. You're living it the whole. This is humongous for the Self Love Nation. So just so you know, it's time to go. Let's grow.
Don't you got a quote?
You're right. Self Love Show quote of the day. Sometimes we reject the very thing we prayed for because receiving it requires us to change. Sometimes we reject the very thing we prayed for because receiving it requires us to change. Dr. Thema Bryant. I had to check that because I thought it was going to be.
Thelma.
Yep, mama.
Hey, yeah. Big ups to Brother Wordsmith. He solved today's riddle, dome teaser. Karen, we're not getting volume on that there, Karen. Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share,
What's
subscribe.
going on, Karen? You got to get yourself together. All right. You got to get yourself together. All right, Karen, please. We've been doing this quite some time. Right?
Big ups to Karen.
We love Karen. Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
That's facts. Wakil said, come on, Karen, you got this. Yeah, and in case y'all missed last week's show, we covered the Renee good, the bad, and the ugly. Justified force, U.S. protests. What say ye, Brother Wordsmith?
As always, every episode of the Self Love Show is chocked full of informative information to raise your vibration.
Facts.
Just choose to partake.
Facts. All right. Well, and we got a warm up poll question on the channel, TATN. That link has been dropped in the chat. Do you self sabotage? That's the question. Do you self sabotage? Now, the options are often, never, rarely, and sometimes. All right, no one's going to be able to rub their bum on the fence on that one with the cop out. Often, never, rarely, sometimes. Okay. We didn't do it all the time just because we didn't have enough spaces for it. You know, just didn't have enough spaces for it.
Regularly is all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true. And Big Ups Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes, 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 an extravaganza. It's a glamping fest. Okay, house music, top of the line DJs from the Midwest, the best, premium stage sound quality. Get out there under the stars, limited light pollution. On sacred lands out there in Bumble F, Illinois. Um, they could
Pembroke
drop ship at
Township.
Pembroke Township. You can get your camper drop ship there, or you could pull up in your own camper that you rent on your own. Maybe you own one. Maybe you got a van. Maybe you're a veteran at this. This ain't your first go around. Tents are available, or you can bring your own tent, pitch it there, bring your shenanigans, right? Guaranteed that you will definitely, 100% definitely run into someone who you didn't expect to be there. Great people, very cathartic. It's a healing vibe. Get in touch with all of us who will soon be ancestors and get in touch with your ancestors. Reconnect. Let's go. Let's go. And it's www.ancestralechoes.net. Maybe we can get Karen to drop that link in the chat. Big ups to Tay Mills Aesthetics.
Sir, yes, sir.
Multicultural
Greatest
skin,
movements
body,
happening.
and weight loss pro. Multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. All right. Find yourself in sunny Southern California. You're looking for a licensed, bonded, fully insured esthetician. Reach out to www.taymillsaesthetics.com. And that
Soon,
link has been
soon,
pinned in the chat.
soon, appointments on Zoom. I'm just praying that to the universe.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And then we got Bella B. Maybe you need some swag. Maybe you want to pull up the Ancestral Echoes with your own swag on. You know what I mean? Maybe an unlicensed picture of Ron Hardy. You send that over there. Maybe you're some sort of Ron. We don't know what your proclivities are. And you want Ron Hardy on your shirt. Maybe you got Frankie Knuckles on the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Reach out to
I'm glad you didn't go the way you was about to.
reach out to Bella B. Bella B can either design you something and put it on a shirt, t-shirt, or you can design it yourself and she can get it done for you. Designs365@gmail.com. Last but not least,
Keep
gym
it in that work.
recovery. You get out there, it's below zero, you on your way somewhere, it seems important. That thing don't fire. It won't fire up. Reach out to Jim Recovery if you're in the greater Chicagoland area. He'll pull up in a top of the line, brand new flatbed truck with the technology. He'll have Fox on the radio, Fox News on the radio on his box. Warm truck. He can get that whip over to your mechanic and get you to wherever you need to go. Jim Recovery. Who pulled up, Self? We ain't seen him through all this great winning. Decides to pull up on Mouthpiece Included after we lose in the playoffs.
What?
All season, ain't seen him.
Expected.
Try to get him to say FGB.
Expected.
Oh, I was like FGB. Self, he was sitting there. FGB coach, he was sitting there.
He wouldn't say it.
And I'm like, oh no, we need to hear you say it. Man, I can't say that, man.
He's not as
Yeah, he tried to pull it. Yeah, he tried to pull it. Yeah. All right. The self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done and how to stop it. We are getting there. We'll be on topic and very shortly, y'all. We appreciate your patience. Brother Wordsmith, did you see? We got smart dogs. You got nasty dogs. You got Q dogs. You got Wiener. What's the name of that place? Not Wiener Stencil. Winner Lose? No.
It's defunct company.
Yeah, me and your ship used to go there once a week, talk sports down on campus. Me and JB. But what's the
Didn't they close? Wasn't Willie working there when it closed?
Willie? No, Aunt B. They didn't give him his last check.
I thought it was, well, maybe it was both of them.
Maybe it was both of them. Yeah,
I
Aunt
think
B.
it was both of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aunt B was working there. They ain't pay him.
both of them was working there. That's,
Yeah, he didn't get his
wow.
last check. They made him a slave. But now, technically, you're already an employee, and then you're not getting paid for it. But what's that place where Ben Johnson took his shirt off? What's the name of that place?
I mean, that he took it off for.
Wiener Circle.
Oh, yeah. That's Chicago.
Yeah, Wiener Circle.
We talk about something that was Shampilla.
Yeah. They didn't have bad dogs, man. They must have been mismanaged, bro.
It was decent.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was decent.
We had two people working there, so they might have made it decent. You know what I mean?
But you would think a hot dog concept on campus. You think a hot dog concept would have done well on campus, bro?
It was kind of off campus.
I think the problem was they wasn't up late when everybody's drunk. You got to be out there. You got to be out there like LeBron.
It was kind of off campus. And
it wasn't open.
You had no vehicle. Shit, you wasn't really going there if you had no vehicle.
It wasn't off campus, man. Me and your ship used to walk there. It was right off Green Street.
And Neil.
Yeah. No, not Neil.
Yeah, it was on Neil Street. The one they worked at, we wasn't driving. Closed down. That's what I'm saying.
It was walking distance, bro. It was like maybe 2 blocks off Green Street. Like
it was Green Street and Neil. You know, it was 2 blocks off of Green Street and Neil. That's why I say it was off campus. That's the only reason.
It wasn't too far from the quad.
6, 7 blocks from the quad.
I don't know if it was that far.
It was. Was it more than one of them? Because
no,
the one that Willie and Ant worked at, they worked there when we lived on White Street.
Man, me and JB was not walking to Neal Street to go to Wieners, whatever it is.
It wasn't that far. It wasn't that far from our crib.
And walk straight down Green Street and bang a right and go like maybe a block or 2 off Green Street, and it was right there.
Well, I'm just going by because it was down the street from Ponderosa where I worked on Neal Street. I'm going by.
No, it wasn't way down there. Because I used to work at Ponderosa.
It was still on Neal Street. It was down the street. But this was closer to Green Street, yes.
JB's going to remember. I'll send him a text because there's no way we was going down there once a week. Ain't no way in hell.
No, it was more than one. It was one on 6th Street. It's one on 6th Street right off.
Yes. 6th Street. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
That's not where Ant worked. Ant might have worked there. My ship worked on Neal.
Got you.
Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. It was, yes. Exactly.
Yeah, but they wasn't open itself when everybody was drunk.
No, they wasn't open late at all.
That was their problem.
None of that. And
you gotta be open when those students are drunk.
Yeah, and then all the rents and all that went up. That's why none of the stores. It ain't no mom and pop shops.
No, they all corporate.
Green Street. Yes.
Corporate who can afford to lose money because it's a flagship store.
Man, it was 2 of them motherfuckers. Actually, it's the same one. That motherfucker moved over to Neal Street
when they couldn't pay the rent. Yeah.
Yes.
And let's face it was probably a drug front. But big ups, y'all. What do you call it? CBS Smart Dogs is what we're calling it. What word am I looking for? Fair use. Fair use.
Fair use.
Am I running it? Karen, you running it?
Oh, you put that screen makes me think you're. I mean, all right. Let's see. I thought that was that. When you bring that screen up, it's wrong idea.
Let's see here.
Study shows dogs are even smarter than we thought.
They can pick up on what we're thinking, even we're not saying a word. CBS's Michael George introduces us to some smart puppies in New York.
Down. Good girl, baby. Good girl.
Jamie Tan says her 1-year-old rescue dog, Molly, is one smart puppy.
Molly, we know what her drug is.
She picks up on everything and she doesn't forget.
And sometimes it seems like Molly knows what her owner is thinking.
She's very emotionally intelligent.
She picks up on your mood.
Yes, exactly.
Researchers at Duke University tested the intelligence of puppies in what may be one of the most adorable studies ever conducted.
In this test, we are measuring inhibitory control.
The puppies had to find treats using only nonverbal clues.
Puppy, look.
Didn't she say cookie something?
Okay.
What scientists found, according to
puppy look.
Anna Solomon's, is that even at just
How is that
4 months
nonverbal?
old, puppies can understand us. In fact, they're watching us closely. There's even evidence dogs evolved to better socialize with humans.
They are really tuned into our communication and they're prepared to look to us for information.
And they're trying to communicate with us, too.
We tested how they look to humans and make eye contact to maybe make a connection or ask for help.
For a lot of dog owners, this is no surprise.
Do you feel like Pedro understands you?
I think he does. He certainly does. And very high learning curve.
And if you're wondering what you can do to encourage your dog's intelligence, the message is simple.
You're enough for your dog. Giving them a nice, loving home is going to help them develop really well.
treats.
And that your dog is looking to you for information.
Maybe our connection with man's best friend was just meant to be. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And we're not surprised by that, right? I mean, dogs read us well.
Well, my point is, what if they're not getting smarter, but we're getting dumber?
That's entirely possible.
You're getting dumber.
Well, they know that they're dumber.
Yeah. I put that on there because remember we had Emerge on here. We was having a civil conversation about dogs and are they tied to our consciousness?
No, and I told you that I know. We had 3 dogs, and they would be sitting at the door almost when anybody's coming home. They knew they were coming home.
Yeah.
Ever since that you introduced the how the nonverbal people are all that channel.
Oh, celebrity tapes.
Yes. Ever since you presented that, I mean, I knew it before that. I saw so many examples every day because I'd be just at home, and then all 3 dogs would go to the door like
Even
5 minutes before people would come home.
They say, say if you're in the studio and your dog's at home, they say when you make the conscious decision, all right, y'all, I'm out of here, and you start pulling your shit together.
Yeah.
That's when the dog
is like, yeah, he gonna be here in such
any
such.
moment. Yeah, because they don't have concept of time. Well, I don't know if that's true, but that's when they start doing their thing. It's.
I think they got
and they've done studies on that.
I saw that it was like, they people wasn't 5 minutes away from my house, but 5 minutes before they got there, that's when they congregated.
Well, you can be. So if you're riding around with a dog,
oh man,
a dog knows when he's 5 minutes from home.
Try, man. Sonny.
They know, or it don't even have to be their house. It could be your mother's house, their grandmother's house. They
Wherever
know.
You going.
They know when they get close and they get on the block. Like, yeah, they're not retarded.
No, they know what they align with you. They are helpers to raise your frequency.
I agree.
These, animals, they vibe with you. They
Man,
do.
they
Even
say
even the
self.
cats, even though they be on their own thing sometimes.
Yeah,
But
cats do it too. Yeah,
yes,
they say when my wife coming home, I'll call her like, "Are you on your way or something?" Because the cat will be waiting in the window.
yeah,
Now I'll tell you this. They also say, like, say in that scenario, you leaving the studio, and then maybe whoever you're in there with, like, come on, bro, let's do another song. And you take your stuff off, and you're like, all right, let's do it. The dog will go back and get back in his bed and go to sleep.
man. Like I
Like that's
said,
how tied
my
they are to us.
my experience is my dogs would not get up until it was like 5 minutes before they got home because of the generation. From what I can see, my ex-wife and her grandmother could be on their way home and make various stops before they get there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes, they'd be like, oh, and they were 100. You know what I mean? I don't know how they developed that, but they was
Yeah.
100. Either Cher or my uh, grandmother, Cher's grandmother, Granny. Love, honor, respect, Granny. My
Yeah,
ancestor.
they're still
Love you.
her
Love you.
consciousness is still tied.
Yeah, love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's still tied. All right, the
Oh, very.
self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done and how to stop it. We got one more. Dream House
Mm.
on Tubi. This is on Tubi. Y'all check it out.
Do we have anybody with the last name Brown on your dad's side of the family?
No, I don't think we do. Mm-mm. Why do you ask?
I got my DNA results back from myroots.com and it pretty...
Why?
Mom, calm down. It's not that serious.
No, it is that serious. Now they can sell your information. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you don't listen. Sweetie, you need to listen.
Life can present us with unexpected moments that can completely shatter our beliefs.
Yeah, it's a anthology. It's a series of shorts. It's gonna be on Tubi, bro. You saw that was wifey in that one.
Yeah, for sure. Man,
Yeah.
I just want to say for the record that Nine Mill's wife, Tasia, is an amazing actress. She can move your whole film. Just knowledge from the ancestors coming from within. Amazing. She ain't gotta just do yet. The whole world gonna know. Promise you. Her whole world gonna know.
Yeah, bro, and that's interesting. That scene, because we talk about all that on this show. You know,
All
like
the
why would you go
time.
get that DNA done? You know what I'm saying? Like,
We said that.
Yeah.
Asked my mom, like, hey, wait.
Yeah. Rolando, he's in one of the shorts too.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we're gonna see if we can get one of the actors slash producers to come on the show. The
No,
Self
no,
Love
no.
Show.
It's all done.
Yeah, well there you go.
And we're gonna get six-figure Dilla from the Chicago historian calling it
Who does he
into
look like? I
effect.
always say he looked like somebody. Let me look him
Man,
up.
yeah, he looked like us. This dude, he been putting it in. Him and it's a dude that's I don't know if he's a new fireman, but Malik by design, I think that's his name. Both of them, I think I they will bless the Self Love Show. I'm calling into the universe. And they good dudes, and they from Shy, so
Yeah, I guess hit them up. Make it happen.
Commanding it.
The self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done, how to stop it. Y'all, please smash that like button. We got a dome teaser. Brother Wordsmith has solved it. He'll give you guys the answer at the end of the show. If you click on the, it's pinned at the top of the chat, the actual riddle, and drop your answers in, your guesses. I stand before the open gate, yet turn around and call it fate. I fear the light, embrace the night. Who am I that halts my flight? I stand before the open gate, yet turn around and call it fate. I fear the light, embrace the night. Who am I that halts my flight? All right. Enough of the appetizers out there, fella.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst because they want it.
All right. All right, Karen, we do have a slight promo here, and we're going to get to it.
I hope this is in line because I know.
It is.
Niggas tryna block my blessings. 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 But your boy is favored. Highly favored. Only person that can stop me is me. I'ma get my paper. I was born to do my thing, rise above any bullshit this crazy life can bring. Wasn't made to ever crash. I got a date with destiny and I know she gon' let me smash. Motherfucker, I ain't judging you.
Not at all.
Suckers gonna do what suckers do. Newsflash, bitch, I won't be stopped. My blessings can't be blocked. Oh, niggas tryna block my blessings. Niggas tryna block my blessings.
Amazing shit, ain't it?
Niggas tryna block my blessings.
AI's up. MF. Yep.
Niggas tryna block my blessings.
Fuck, you can't block my blessings.
But your boy is favored. Oh, highly favored.
Highly favored.
Only person that can stop me is me. I'ma get my paper.
I'ma get my paper. I'ma get my paper.
You believe this damn cat?
I can't even see.
She blocking the whole.
Oh, blocking you for sure.
This is God's
She's sitting right in front of the camera. Yeah. My blessings. Go.
Niggas trying to block my blessings.
Yeah, people wouldn't call themselves niggas like that. Except for Richard Pryor. It's AI at its finest.
But your boy is favored.
Favorite.
Oh, highly favored. It's me.
It ain't even you. You can't stop yourself.
I wanted to do business. My brother became famous, and we had an opportunity to leave that world and go into another world. That opportunity.
All right. Okay. I don't know what to do. You go sit down some damn way.
I told you what to do a long time ago.
Yeah, she. I don't know what she on. She don't never do that.
She, I know, but that's what I said. You gotta put her in the room somewhere or something. Otherwise, she finna be.
Look at it. She think it's a game now. It's fun.
It's fun. I promise you the whole time. You like, hey, what are you doing? And she like, oh, I'm gonna show my behind today.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock this beer over.
All of it. Because you kind of knocked the beer over. You grabbed it and threw her down. And
yeah, she wouldn't have hit it on her own.
No.
I didn't throw her down for the record.
Well, I mean, that was a lack of a better term because that's you didn't throw her, you just kind of moved
pushed her
her
over to the side.
Yes, exactly. So lack of a better term, I didn't,
Yeah. All right. All right, let's unpack it, bro, because this was a rabbit hole.
Huge.
What is self-sabotage? What really is it?
It is a self-defense platform where your mind can make you choose the wrong situation for your propagation. It's an emotional delusion that can cause mental confusion. It's a feeling. It's a
Okay, self-sabotage. It's when you engage in behaviors, thoughts, or actions that undermine your own goals, happiness, or well-being, often unconsciously by creating obstacles to your own success, such as, and we'll get into that. So yeah, I agree with you. It's not laziness or weakness. It's a defense mechanism. It's protection.
Yes. And it can be perceived as that by
Correct.
people who,
Correct.
100%. And I really want to say that like it's really perceived as that by people who are not as emotional intelligent or have a higher understanding of people. They are really focused on themselves and how they operate, and think people that don't operate in that process are less than or what have you.
Yeah. So they're probably less sensitive people to other people's feelings or whatever.
No, people that just basically are focused on themselves.
Yeah. Would you be less sensitive to be able to basically focus on yourself and ignore?
No, you don't care about anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
The brain prioritizes familiarity over happiness. That's interesting. Because for some people, familiarity is happiness.
Hold on.
Or they perceive it to be.
The problem I have with that is the premise and how most of us are programmed from birth, from the media, and how before we even get here, our parents are processed into the system. And you know about theta, we've talked about that insensitively and excessively on this show, and how it can it's hard to deviate from the programming that you have.
Right. So you're saying the programming was for material things lead to happiness. Is that the problem you have with the statement? The brain prioritizes familiarity over happiness?
No, it's whatever the programming is, that's not natural to the indigenous and the people of our land mass.
Yeah, well, I'll add that people are conflate things with happiness. But often when people get all these things, they're not necessarily happy. And people without things are not necessarily unhappy. You hear when we sit with people and they talk about when they had less things and maybe they were kids growing childhood, they were like, "Yeah, I didn't know we were poor and we were happy." If you go to a third world nation, they may not have like cell phones and computers and microwaves, but they're smiling, they run around there dancing, they're doing their tribal dances and stuff like that. So um, I just want to caution that, uh, because happiness is a loaded term.
It is. It really is. And I'm going to speak on delusion later because I recommend it.
Many people self-sabotage because success threatens their identity, their relationships, or their sense of safety.
Agreed.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of people have their self-image is below what the outside perceives. It's not everybody, but
Probably most people.
I don't know. Most people, yes, because you know me. There are a lot of things that are not people. So that was a great quote. Most people, yes, I agree.
Yeah, like 85ers. So can you discuss some examples of self-sabotage?
Yeah, be open and honest. So me, I'm a work in progress. It means that I need to probably process faster, but I'll be so hardcore on a subject and how I want to approach it and all that and got everything. And then I lose luster. Like,
Big ups to Skinny Buster.
damn, I didn't even, wow. You so, because wow, that wasn't, and
Yeah,
I
well,
said it.
he was my dean, so
No, I said it. And he was shit, my best friend
yeah.
prior to you being my best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, an example I can think of: procrastination. Procrastinating on dreams, delaying important tasks until they become overwhelming or fail.
Or, which I think that we share, uh, uh, imagination and thoughts beyond what we think is possible. And it is all possible. That's the problem. Because you are the one of the greatest thinkers in my lifetime that I've been closely associated to. And a lot of information and progress that should be instituted that from the start And then when it's not from the start, it wanes and it goes down, and then we figure something else out. That, and I know that as I know I am an extraordinary being, and you are as well, and like to my highest of understanding, we are blocked on so many levels, but I know that there are levels we can't be blocked on and we need to pursue.
Facts. You got you think of any other examples? Self-sabotage.
You start something, you're wholeheartedly all in. You want it to grow, you want it to go from beginning to end. But there's that yearning. There's something that you can't pretend is in your mind that freezes you to begin. And I know from the flow of this rhythm in life, I know what it is and I know what is right. There are so many examples they put in front of us to fight that. There are many and all things you could think of, but they can happen in every universe.
So, ghosting opportunities is another one. So you get opportunities. Somebody says, you meet Dr. Dre, and he says, "Hey, pull up,
Yep. And you
such and
won't.
such and such such time tomorrow, and bring me what you got," and you don't pull up, right?
Yeah.
Picking fights in healthy relationships. So all of these, people might not do all of these
Right.
examples, but
You
they may
only got to
suffer.
do one to stop your whole progression.
Correct, in a given situation. So picking fights in a healthy relationship is one. Undervaluing yourself. This is one you kind of mentioned at work or the
The
work you do.
whole time.
Yeah, undervaluing yourself and overthinking until you talk yourself out of blessings. Right? Paralysis. What is it? Paralysis by analysis. That's
Yeah.
it.
Facts.
Um, Negative self-talk.
Everybody got that.
Using critical inner voices that lower your confidence. Um, Perfectionism.
All
Never
the same
starting
thing.
or finishing something because it might not be perfect. Self-medication. Using alcohol, drugs, or comfort eating foods to cope instead of facing issues.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be honest about that one.
Avoiding, we'll do the analysis towards the end
Nah.
of us. Avoiding help, refusing assistance, or isolating yourself. So I could see 1, 2, 2.5. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see a lot of those for me. A whole lot.
Yeah. And I agree for both of us because, like, I know that we are farther than we are. You know what I mean? And uh, there are things that we do that hold us back from the same. And
Thanks.
I also know that it's going to be an explosion when we're ready.
Facts.
But for all y'all to know, and y'all ain't gonna know nothing but the modular minute with Tory Wordsmith is a whole nother series. It's not gonna be live, but it's gonna help you grow. And me too.
Now, this is kind of like Carl Jung, but he didn't really frame it necessarily like this. Well, he didn't use these words. A guardian at the gate. It's an inner like shadow, an archetype. You know, it's meant to protect you. It's something. It's a part of you that you created. It's meant to protect you, but it's stuck in outdated instructions. If that makes any sense, it hasn't gotten the update. You know,
it's only as outdated as you are. If you focus on what you want to make happen, it's gonna happen. Like, really, you know. We've been building this for some time, and we've been building an unfortunate and innocent type of time. But the people gonna know, and they gonna know for sure that the people from East Self Show and the West Side and Hyde Park has sparked a revolution out of the dark, so-called, or sort of description. Because that's not what I see inside when I mention. It's a specter they can't perceive. Because their whole art is to deceive. That's not none of me or my people, because I've achieved a higher level a long time before you were ever concepted. And the way you move is disrespectful to your elders. And you're going to get checked from my intellect. Tory Wordsmith, love, honor, respect.
all right, we got one for y'all. What do you say? Fair use, y'all. Fair use. Let's see what they served up for us. This is from the Brainy Dose. No, Psych to Go channel on YouTube. Subscribe to Psych to Go. 5 reasons why we self-sabotage. We're going to go through some of this.
Of deliberately ruining your own happiness. For instance, were you convinced that you found the one, but you fell into unreasonably antagonistic behavior and pushed the person away? Or perhaps that one time you wrecked your chance of landing that ultimate dream job by refusing to prepare for the job interview. According to an article by Psychology Today, self-sabotage is the act of destroying your own best intentions and goals. You become your own barrier, whether it's losing those extra pounds, receiving the ideal love, or getting a dream job. You desire a particular thing so badly, but you're also afraid that once you receive it, you might be incompetent in managing it. It's a way of protecting yourself by eliminating all the possible chances of disappointment at any early stage. This undermines your efforts to build the life you want. So why do you pull that trigger towards your own foot instead of shooting for the moon? Let's explore what can be triggering your self-sabotaging behaviors. Your own worst enemy. People with self-sabotaging behaviors have a tendency to fulfill negative self-beliefs. You're destined to fail. You don't deserve to be happy. These are some of the common mental playlists that run through the head on repeat. You engage in negative self-talk, telling yourself that you're inadequate or unworthy. According to psychologist Ellen Hendrickson, those who self-sabotage lack self-compassion. They have negative beliefs about themselves and deliberately look for self-embarrassing events and failure. The cognitive dissonance theory gives a logical explanation about why we're so quick to act upon our negative self-beliefs. Humans like consistency. Your behaviors usually align with your thoughts and values. So you adapt your behaviors to match with what you subconsciously believe to be real about yourselves. In other words, when you feel like a failure, you'll go above and beyond to demonstrate to yourself that you were right from the get-go. You try to provoke a similar response from people around you, thus validating your core belief. Puppet master. What happens when you're overly concerned about a writing assignment given by your professor, believing that you may not get the grade you expected? In your heart, you know choosing to stay out all night rather than writing the assignment isn't a good plan at all. But at least when you're the captain of the ship, sinking into the deep sea knowingly feels more manageable and hurts less than when it happens unexpectedly. Psychologist George S. Everly explained that procrastination and excessive desire for control are usually driven by fear of failure. When you are overly anxious about failing, your chances of achieving your goals are reduced even more so. Your road to success is purposefully filled with self-made roadblocks. You may claim that you tried your best but were hindered by outside forces. This inclination to externalize your failures through self-sabotage is known as self-handicapping, comparable to the self-serving bias in which we credit our success on our values and our defeats on external circumstances. Self-handicapping is an ego protection mechanism that protects our self-esteem from our weaknesses. Imposter among us. Have you ever believed that you didn't earn your position, regardless of your various accolades and accomplishments? Do you subconsciously feel that you are an utter fraud and that your achievements are the consequence of fortuitous coincidence? If these are all too relatable, you probably have the good old imposter syndrome. Licensed clinical social worker Leah Marone says this conflicting belief or idea that you are not deserving or good enough to take on a particular position drives you to crave external validation, which can result in self-sabotage and exacerbate anxiety. You feel as if you are a phony. You become fearful that someone will notice your fakeness, which causes you to adopt strategies so your fraudulence remains undiscovered. You will either believe that you have to put in double the effort to succeed, or you will procrastinate as a form of self-sabotage to alleviate yourself from the stress. Neurons that fire together wire together. Licensed clinical psychologist Dr. Melanie Greenberg explains that one reason we self-sabotage is due to the familiarity heuristic. Our brains are naturally wired to hold onto the familiar, exaggerate danger, and avoid attempting new methods. We overvalue what we already know and undervalue what is novel. Stress causes us to depend even more on this familiarity heuristic. This is why we fall back on old routines and methods of accomplishing things under duress. Even if they're ineffective, we're tempted to the known and familiar. A study conducted by Stanford University researchers examined this phenomenon by having one group of participants solve difficult word puzzles under time constraints, and the other group to take their time. Upon completion, respondents were asked to choose between a longer puzzle created by the same creator or a short puzzle created by someone unfamiliar. The longer puzzle was more appealing to those working under the stressful condition of constrained time. Their brains were jumbled when weighing length against familiarity, such that they ended up succumbing to the familiarity heuristic. Relationship trauma. Have you ever become uneasy once you feel a certain degree of closeness to your significant other? Do you often feel that as much as you desire love and affection, you also fear rejection if you get too close? Eventually, you sabotage your own relationships by pushing people away. According to Dr. Greenberg, unconscious self-sabotaging behaviors include picking fights, micromanaging, or becoming too clingy and needy, which stem from early interactions with your caregivers. For example, if your early caregivers demonstrated rejection or were inconsistent in showing you emotional support, you might develop an insecure attachment style. As an aftermath of experiencing this pain in your childhood, you avoid forming relationships that may leave you vulnerable to experiencing the same pain. This trauma stays with you even as adults. And you may struggle to form meaningful relationships with others, especially when they start getting too close for comfort. Individual therapy is a wonderful first step if you're determined to break the cycle of self-sabotage. Talking with a therapist to explore any of these issues will assist you in understanding why you participate in them and developing healthy coping skills and habits. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like.
All right. Any thoughts? Check your mute there, fella.
So, yeah, well, I mean, lots, because a whole lot of that was programming towards what the video was based on.
What do you mean?
They were telling you the premise of the whole thing from the beginning, and the cue of and it was programming. If I need to expound upon that, they told you what you needed to do and how to do it and all that and how it was going and all of that. At least from my point of view.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as them breaking down signs of self-sabotage and why people do it.
Yeah. Agree to a certain degree, but when I ingested it, it felt like programming towards their purpose or goal.
Yeah, could that be a form of self-sabotage, that you feel like it's programming when they're literally talking about self-sabotage?
Yeah.
Could that be a defense mechanism?
It could be 100%.
I mean, somebody could look at the Self Love Show and say everything we do is programming.
It is. I mean,
okay, so if everything is a program, then what's the problem?
I didn't say there's a problem to it. I just said you gotta interpret and decide how you want to move, and not accept what the major media has pushed to you.
All right. The self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done, how to stop it. Yeah, I thought there was some good nuggets in there.
Good. Yeah.
They were breaking it back to like childhood trauma.
Absolutely.
You know,
Agreed.
Basically a defense mechanism.
In a lot of degrees or the way life goes, I agree. You know, if you look historically from the point of view that we've been given and the limited aspect from that position, they told us that if you stood out too much or did too much, then they would destroy you. And,
Yeah. Yeah, you were maligned for coloring outside the lines, maligned for standing outside the line. So yeah, that's where we are. We're breaking down the roots of it. So we just said childhood conditioning. That's definitely a cause, or childhood programming, whatever you want to call it.
It's tripped out and messed up for me because, damn, knock some shit down. And I don't know. Can you hear me? Not because
yeah.
Okay. My great grandfather he walked us around Marks, Mississippi, and he might as well have been royalty. And it was still all under white supremacy, but he was Choctaw. And they knew that. And just a trip, you know what I mean? Because I knew from an early age that like white people kind of bowed down to him. And that wasn't my experience here. Know what I mean?
Right. In the North.
Yeah.
In the free North.
Man, we was free there. That's what, I know now. Like, them so-called white people and so-called black people kind of bowed down to my great-grandfather because of what he owned and what he did.
How are you relating this to self-sabotage?
Because even though I come from that premise, what I've been taught by life has caused me to not be all that I could be. And it's not because of anybody else.
Yeah, childhood conditioning, I don't think it necessarily means it's all coming from your family.
No. This is me. It's
Yeah.
what I think about myself. Cause
Yeah.
I'm 55 years old. I can't talk about some shit that came from my childhood. It's now. Cause I've been through life or death and come back off of some things that I need to present to my children. If you know me, you know me and understand. I know Nine does, but I'm talking to the people wider than. I am here for a reason. It's my season. Y'all gonna know. But the truth is, I'm beyond my self-sabotage. And we can go from there.
Yeah. Trauma responses. So the if you've had trauma in your life, self-sabotage apparently comes from trauma responses. There's many of us in the copper community have dealt with trauma.
Well, you know me. I could lay it down. My grandfather, I ain't gonna go through that. It's unnecessary. Trauma is a part of the indigenous to this land. Everything I know for sure is to expand the self-love nation. Now, no hesitation. Everything in me is for that cause.
Fear of abandonment. So maybe you had an early loss. Um,
Yeah, this the whole transition to it, because for me, my father's father died when I was 1. His mother died when I was 3, and he died when I was 4. Really, extremely people that was movers or shakers.
Yeah, and and when I don't feel like when a person passes away, they're abandoning you. So like in my case, my father just made a choice. Not saying it was all his choice.
Yeah,
In
I
my
don't
family,
feel
let me
abandoned.
finish.
Yeah, I don't
My,
feel
let me
abandoned. I just
finish.
want to know that I don't feel abandoned. In your story,
Right. Well, we were talking about fear of abandonment. So you start bringing up your grandfather and your father who passed away. So I thought you were relating that to what we were discussing right now, fear of abandonment. So I had said if you lose somebody in your life, and so you start talking about that.
yeah, but I don't. I mean, I think that's not something that's a choice. So I don't feel like it was abandonment. It just was reality of what is.
Correct. So what we're discussing is fear of abandonment. I mean, it could be, I'm not a psychiatrist. I mean, a psychologist. It could be that, people could feel abandoned when somebody leaves them. It does happen. Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me? They be saying that at funerals and stuff. But for me, I've been blessed to not really have had that loss in early ages. Like I've been, I thank God. I mean, I've never had that. But um I've had living abandonment,
Yeah,
family split, brothers going to move off with their dad, you know what I mean? And me and my sister staying with my mom. I know that affect how I moved. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's I don't have any experience with that.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, which is why there's no way I was gonna drop when I was pledging. You know what I'm saying? And
like
it's why when
like
somebody was
like
dropping,
I tell you.
I would
Oh
just
my
be
God.
like, let me finish. When
Oh,
somebody was dropping, I would just be like, all right, good riddance. Go ahead, bro. What was you saying?
same thing. You already know. I knew there was no belief. I knew you was gonna make it through. And actually, everybody that I pushed forth for made it through, and in pretty much the same position that I, held. You know, regulators, you and dude.
Um, Fear of failure or success, right? Sabotaging yourself allows you to blame the sabotage for failure. Quote, I didn't even try, end quote, rather than your own competence.
It goes even deeper than that. It goes into the knowing that if you put yourself out in the most exposed way, that it will uh, explode the universe. I mean, for lack of a better term, you know, I mean, there are people, and I'm just gonna state that I think I'm including that, and I think you're including that. We have some concepts and some visions. If we went all the way in, could change everything, and I don't know 100% why we don't do it, but we don't.
Yeah. Another part of past trauma, early experiences of criticism or neglect can wire the brain to view staying small as the safest option. So
Facts.
any parents out there,
And don't have to be your parents, because like you and me, we experienced being uh, groomed or educated by people out of our parents. Like, you know, You know, your
Well, no, it
mom.
doesn't have to be parents. I'm just saying for any parents who are raising their kids,
Who parents? Okay.
consider that. But go ahead. What was you saying? No, I agree. It doesn't just have to
I
be.
was saying that most of our experience was from school people. You know what I mean? Even though we had solid and
True.
all that,
True.
you know, they had us for damn most of the day.
True. Not just
So,
school administration and staff,
yes, all of that.
students, everything, peers.
All of that.
Yeah.
Being pushed in that environment because,
Yeah.
like, if it was righteous and all that, you and I would not have been in that environment. We'd have been in our environment, and they had made a whole lot of means to make sure that that couldn't happen. And they when the Black Panthers made all these things, they came behind it and put their shit on it. But what they did is removed our people from teaching us how to move.
Agreed. Indeed. Cultural narratives about humility, struggle, keeping your head down, not doing too much.
Well, I mean, if you're going to move and perfect how you move, you can't be worried about too much except how to perfect how you move. Because you can't move like everybody move. And our people, nobody can move like us. So, I mean, to really, we have to have systems in place. We can't deal on individuals, but individuals have to be part of the system.
Right. But the roots of where it comes from, we're discussing the roots of where the self-sabotage comes from. And one of the roots is cultural narratives about humility, struggle, keeping your head down, or not doing too much is what we're discussing.
Yeah, and problems with that is that we have this whole called problem where people that are us to act like they not us. You know, a lot of problems that come from our situation is from people that look like us, not acting like us or on code. They are coming here and they are perceived as a higher person. So, from that perspective or personification, they have a problem with the amalgamation.
Yeah, but we're talking about self-sabotage. Once you go outside the self and start blaming outside forces like you're doing now, it's a form of self-sabotage.
Well, I'm
It's
not
literally
blaming.
what we're discussing here.
And I'm not blaming anybody for what they do. I'm just stating it.
Right.
And
So
it's not
I hear
what
you.
I perceive or what I.
We know that exists. I'm talking about our culture. Are you saying that the people who have traditionally put forward narratives about humility, keeping your head down and not doing too much are not our culture? Are you saying they're all outsiders?
No, no way, shape, or form. The
Well, I just want to
outside.
focus on that.
Well, I mean, how can we? Uh,
I mean, you could disagree with it, but that they're saying that
I
that's a
don't
root.
agree. That's what we do and what we are. I'm not.
Keep your head down, stay out of the way. It's almost like a slave mentality. Not all of us.
No. I think that's the outside mentality, not our mentality. Not to me. I don't think that. I think we focus on self to to a much degree, but I don't. We are so accepting and looking outside ourselves to.
Well, there was a time in America where, if you got too much, they'll come destroy your whole community. Um, you know, you didn't want to be seen as too fancy, too uppity, having too much. Now, there was a time in America when that happened. Whether or not it was when the Choctaws were running around, it was probably, you know, um,
Hey,
yeah, when you get too much, you put a target on your back, so to speak. I.e., Diddy, we can go up and down the line.
I mean, we had Target.
Yeah. But he's probably a bad example.
First best. Horrible, because
Yeah.
fuck him. I mean, in my opinion, fuck him. I mean, I know I said it, and it's out here in public. Fuck him. Fuck Diddy. Diddy can Diddy with himself. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, all our communities have had, and I'm not blaming the outside, but we've had freeways run through it. And the reason I'm bringing that up is saying that maybe that's where this mentality came from. Keep your head down and don't do too much.
Yeah, for sure. Might be what the originator is, but
Which is going back to trauma. I mean, we can't ignore the trauma.
I never have.
Not saying you are, I said we can't.
Yeah, I'm just
Generational patterns of survival over thriving. So, generational patterns of survival over thriving. Now, again, this may not be applicable to you per se personally, or your family per se personally, or your lineage per se personally.
Right.
Just overall, generally speaking, generational patterns of survival over thriving.
True. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know that we have the most upscale situation where we can grow to the highest level with no explanation of the so-called pink people, because we ain't black. We are copper colored, and that's a fact. And they ain't white, they pink. Or maybe some lower form of never mind. We are what we are, and we gonna grow. And there are people that think they have control, but they got a negative birth rate. Everything they do needs somebody from us to escape. The bond, the truth, what we know what to do. And if you're involved, we are coming for you.
Yeah. 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 So I was saying historically, maybe there's a survival mindset in our program. Now doesn't mean the next generation or the generation after that, doesn't have that. Because I look at a lot of these young ones. Some of them do. You got Pookie and Ray Ray running around drilling, but then you also got a lot of them that they don't understand the struggle, which is we've discussed on the show. Do you discuss the struggle with your children, or do you just not and let them fly? It's like that's the problem with being in America. You almost want to leave it.
Yeah, but you still got to discuss the struggle. Got to know what it is. It's.
You know what I'm saying? Is that program in a loop?
No, my children been to court. They've seen a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they look what they're.
Yeah, seeing the brothers and sisters getting railroaded.
Yeah, my son, I think so. My daughter, she's a nurse type. She wants to help everybody, so I'm with that too.
100%. That's her mission.
Yeah.
Glad she knows it at such an early age,
Man, before I did, I tell you the truth. Before I conceived them, man, promise you.
Psychology of Self-Sabotage, Brainy Dose.
Brainy Dose presents The Psychology of Self-Sabotage, dominating on a task, or as complex as sabotaging your relationship with someone.
Skip by this one.
Some people who self-sabotage don't even realize that they're doing.
The School of Life. How to stop it.
There's an enlightening and sometimes slightly painful exercise one can do by oneself to learn a bit more about the origins of how one feels and behaves. Pick out something emotional that you know you're not very good at now and write it down on a sheet of paper. Here are some examples. Staying calm, taking pride in yourself, trusting, missing people who go away. We often observe these traits in ourselves with a mixture of puzzlement and embarrassment. Why are we like this? Why can't we be more normal? What's up with us? To find a way to some answers, continue to the second part of the exercise. Insert the above entries into the following sentence. How safe would it have been for you to do this, insert sentence, in your childhood? I.e., staying calm, taking pride in yourself, etc. Now, try to reflect on why it might have been unsafe to do or feel a certain way in the past. It didn't feel safe to feel calm because maybe someone was drinking heavily in the house. It didn't feel safe to take pride in oneself because maybe someone was obsessively jealous. It didn't feel safe to trust because someone was cruel or unreliable. It didn't feel safe to miss people who were absent because maybe the pain would have broken one's heart. Notice that in all cases, what in later life becomes a problem starts off by being a very clever protective strategy. We are more mysterious to ourselves than we should be when we fail to see that much of what we do that looks odd or unusual in adult life is really a relic of a protective strategy that made a lot of sense in childhood. The point of waking up to the origins of a protective strategy is that we can then learn to see that it isn't necessary to hold on to it any longer. There is no reason to fail at work in order to avoid the spectre of jealousy. We can afford to miss people when they go because they'll be back and we can dare to feel and to love. We need not continue our loyalty to our past protective strategies once we understand the particular circumstances that once made them so necessary and that now no longer apply.
All right.
Yeah.
That made a lot of sense to me personally.
Of course it did, because shit, it's a self-love show. And that's what we gonna show.
Yeah, I mean, I may, challenge myself to that one. Like when he was talking about, remaining calm and all of that, growing up in Chicago is a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've shown some emotional strength and saved our lives from going to prison forever.
I appreciate you pointing that out. But I think all the times, I just think all the times when I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was amazing, because shit.
Yeah. The self-sabotaging psychology, why it's done and how to stop it. But even if like the one instance we might be thinking about with the boys in blue, the Smurfs, if you want to call them that. But the restraint, we never would have been over there. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
we would not have. It was the massive institution. We saw something that caused a lot of confusion. We could not let move for it.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And it didn't.
It sure didn't. It sure didn't.
Same night.
All right, so we're gonna ask y'all as we're going through this. We're gonna go through the 5 most common sabotage patterns. All right. The overthinker turns every blessing into a threat.
Wow.
You know, you're gonna do ancestral echoes, and we're gonna lose a whole lot of money.
Well, that ain't been me. I've been like,
again, this isn't about you.
Right, not at all.
Right. Just saying overall. You know what I'm saying?
Ancestral echoes is about me, so I mean.
Right. But it's a whole bunch of other people.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I'm just saying in the endeavor, all right, well, I'll just use another example. Somebody says, oh, I want to pledge this fraternity. Well, I could get hurt. I could die. I can break my leg. I probably won't make it. It's the overthinker. So then they never go.
I've been through all that. I have been overthinker in circumstance.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% guilty of that. 100%. And then, so I'll say that's the overthinker. So y'all let us know in the chat if you struggle with that or have in the past. The perfectionist won't start unless it's flawless. Rewriting the song, rewriting the script.
Kind of been there too. Shit.
You know?
Till I knew better, I did worse.
You know, 100% on that, the perfectionist. You know, you look at cats like Kobe, rest his soul, and Jordan. They knew they weren't going to be perfect, but they kept pulling. And then when you zoom out, you look at Michael Jordan, and people say he was a perfect basketball player, but he missed probably more shots than anybody in the history of the NBA. Probably not anymore since LeBron's played for 40 years.
Can't be. But I don't think he took more shots than Kareem.
Maybe not, because Mike was pulling though. Mike was getting off 30 shots a game.
Mike was lead offensive player. Shit, they wasn't looking from the ball from Mike.
Man, and he was a dog on defense. All right, the runner. The runner leaves when things get too good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know if I can claim that one. The martyr puts everyone else first to avoid their own growth. What do you think about that one? What's going on with your camera there, fella? You just off camera?
Damn. Didn't know. Man, I was eating like I'm yeah.
The martyr puts everyone else first to avoid their own growth. I'd say I'm guilty of that.
Man,
that's the point guard in me, though.
Well, as us being 1 and 2 together, I agree. But You know,
the 3 Club, the hit,
Yeah, we gotta move how we need to move to improve everybody on our groove. It's just the way it is. And they all respect our leadership. I mean,
the sacrifice.
I witnessed my people accept my leadership, and I witnessed your people accept your leadership.
Yeah, the martyr, though. I got to put that behind me. The chaos seeker creates storms because peace feels unfamiliar.
Well, I mean, that goes into, not totally accepting your role in your situation. If you don't, then, you can fall prey to that. And I've seen many lions fall prey to that.
So, what you want to do is you want to name the pattern. Awareness breaks the spell. So, the key is to name the pattern. We just gave you some examples. And awareness of it breaks any spell. You want to interrupt the loop. You want to interrupt the loop. Small actions disrupt old wiring. So you want to interrupt that loop out there. Build tolerance for good things. Joy is a muscle. Joy is a muscle. Rewrite the inner script, the inner dialogue. Challenge the voice that says you're not ready. And you want to practice micro courage. Tiny risk builds self-trust. Micro courage. Tiny risk to build self-trust. All right, while the co-host is feeding his face, we got a video for you.
Until we sabotage the opportunity we asked for. This isn't laziness. This is self-sabotage, and it runs deeper than you think. Welcome back to Insightful Inquiry. What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is when your actions or inactions block your own success. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because something inside you is scared of change, even when that change is good. It's like an internal tug of war between who you are now and who you're trying to become. Why we do it. Let's be honest, self-sabotage isn't logical, but it's incredibly human. And if you've ever found yourself asking, why do I keep doing this to myself? You're not alone. In fact, the reasons we sabotage ourselves are deeply rooted in how our brains are wired and what we've experienced growing up. Let's walk through the most common psychological reasons, and as I do, try to notice which one feels familiar to you. 1. Fear of failure. This one runs deep. A lot of us grew up believing that failure equals worthlessness, that if you mess up, you're not good enough. So instead of risking failure, you play it safe. You procrastinate. You avoid trying. You leave things unfinished, because if you never really try, then you can't really fail, right? It's like your brain is saying, if I crash the plane myself, at least I'm in control of the fall. But here's the truth. Avoiding failure doesn't protect you. It just delays your growth. Ask yourself, what would I attempt if I wasn't afraid of failing? And more importantly, who could I become if I allowed myself to fail and try again anyway? 2. Fear of success. This one surprises people, but it's real. Some of us aren't afraid of failing. We're afraid of what happens if we actually succeed, because success means change. Success means new standards, new responsibilities, maybe even a new identity. Let's say you're used to being the underachiever in your family. What happens if you finally make it? Will people treat you differently? Will they expect more? Will you still belong? Sometimes, success threatens the version of ourselves we've grown comfortable with, even if that version is quietly unhappy. So the mind says, let's not rock the boat, let's stay here where it's familiar. But familiar isn't always healthy, and success doesn't have to mean pressure, it can mean alignment, impact, and freedom if you let it. 3. Low self-worth. Now this one? This is the silent killer of dreams. If deep down you believe you're not worthy of love, happiness, or success, you'll find ways to reject the very things you claim to want. You'll cancel dates with kind people. You'll skip opportunities you've prayed for. You'll downplay your talent, your intelligence, your growth. Because there's a part of you that thinks, I don't deserve this. They'll find out I'm a fraud anyway. Better to fail now than be exposed later. You were never unworthy. You were just made to believe that you were. And now, it's time to rewrite that belief. 4. Comfort in familiar pain. This one is subtle. If chaos, criticism, or emotional neglect were normal for you growing up, then peace and progress might actually feel uncomfortable. Your brain, in a twisted way, associates pain with home. So when things are finally going well, you unconsciously create drama, delays, or disappointment just to return to what feels familiar. It's like walking into a calm, beautiful room and panicking because the silence feels wrong. So you turn on the noise again. This isn't your fault. It's a survival pattern. But it can be unlearned. Your job isn't to stay in familiar pain. Your job is to make peace feel like home. Let's pause. Here, if any of that resonated with you, take a breath. You are not broken, you are not weak. You are not destined to sabotage your life forever. You're just human. And now that you're aware of the why, you can start building the how. And that's what we're going to talk about next. How to stop self-sabotage. Let's shift from awareness to something more important. Action. Because knowing you're self-sabotaging is one thing, but doing something about it, that's where the growth happens. 1. Catch the pattern. Before you can fix anything, you need to recognize when it happens. For example, let's say every time you're making good progress on a creative project, a video, a podcast, a blog, you suddenly lose interest. You binge watch Netflix. You start scrolling. You convince yourself it's just a break, but deep down, you know you're backing away. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right before I sabotage? Is it anxiety, pressure, fear of not being perfect? For many people, self-sabotage shows up right after progress because progress triggers unfamiliar territory. Your brain thinks, this isn't safe, let's go back to what we know. So start tracking those moments, write them down, make them visible. Awareness is the first step to disarming the pattern. 2. Challenge the inner dialogue. Self-sabotage is fueled by the stories we tell ourselves. Stories like, I always mess things up. I never finish anything. Why bother? I'll fail anyway. These aren't facts. They're just well-rehearsed scripts, and you can rewrite them. Here's a better script. I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. Every small step counts. These aren't facts. They're just well-rehearsed scripts, and you can rewrite them. Here's a better script. I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. Every small step counts. Even if I've failed before, this time can be different. Let's say you've procrastinated on launching your business idea. Every time you get close, your mind floods with what ifs. Instead of spiraling, pause and say, of course I'm scared, but fear doesn't mean stop. It means I care. That shift in dialogue gives your brain permission to keep going. 3. Start small and stay consistent. This is where most people go wrong. They try to change everything at once. But real change, it happens through tiny, consistent actions. Let's say you're trying to get healthier. Instead of saying, I'll wake up at 5 a.m., run 5 miles, quit sugar, and meditate for an hour. You start by walking for 10 minutes, just 10. Why? Because your brain doesn't resist small things. And once that habit sticks, you naturally build momentum. James Clear calls it casting votes for the type of person you want to become. Every small action, no matter how tiny, is a vote. Eventually, the identity changes from someone who wants to change to someone who is changing. 4. Visualize your future self. This isn't woo-woo, it's neuroscience. The more clearly you can imagine your future self, confident, focused, healed, the more your brain starts to align your actions with that version of you. Let's say your future self is someone who speaks confidently, manages emotions well, and finishes what they start. Next time you're tempted to bail on a commitment or lash out during stress, ask, what would that version of me do right now? Even if it feels awkward at first, that small pause helps you respond instead of react. Over time, the gap between your current self and your future self begins to shrink because you're living more and more like that person. Self-sabotage isn't a flaw, it's a defense mechanism trying to protect you from pain, embarrassment, or change. But now, you know better. And when you know the pattern, you can break it. Thanks for watching Insightful Inquiries. If this helped you, share it with someone who might be stuck in their own cycle. And let us know in the comments.
All right, we're back, y'all. We are back. Okay. All right, John. Y'all know what we're covering. A moment. So drop in the comments or in the chat a moment that you sabotage something good, or a pattern you're trying to break, or a blessing you're finally ready to receive. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host and the guest, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Every blessing has a weight. Every breakthrough demands a version of you that your past self never met. Self-sabotage ain't your enemy. It's your old identity trying to keep you safe. But safety isn't the same as destiny. Tonight, choose the version of you that's ready to receive, ready to rise, ready to stop blocking what's already yours. This is the Self Love Show. And remember, on This Ain't That Network, healing ain't soft, it's sacred. Stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to self. Also, love yourself and others around you deeply. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence, and continue to question everything. The Self Love Show ain't cancer, it's Toto. Peer down the rabbit holes and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right, y'all. We did have a dome teaser that Brother Wordsmith saw. All right, let's see here. Dome teaser. I stand before the open gate, yet turn around and call it fate. I fear the light, embrace the night. What am I that halts my flight? I stand before the open gate, yet turn around and call it fate. I fear the light, embrace the night. Who am I that halts my flight? Brother Wordsmith said self-sabotage, and I gave him credit because the answer is yourself. Who am I? It's yourself. The self-sabotaging mind. So that's today's dome teaser. That is today's dome teaser. Yeah, we'll see what we got lined up for y'all next week on the Self Luv Show. We're working on some guests coming in the building. We're working diligently at that. And if you want to pull up Sunday or Mouthpiece Included, that's where we discuss spotty tricks. The link is always pinned in the chat. It's an open panel. So you can pull up and excrete your excrement. We're going to be discussing playoffs and what the Bears need to do next year to take the next step and bring a Super Bowl trophy and the Papa Bear Hallis trophy and the Super Bowl trophy back to Chicago. All right. Doesn't look like we're going to have Wordsmith's final words, so no worries. I got something for y'all. Big up, Ace. He say, back in the shy. My shadow. All right. Yeah, you. I'll take that as correct too, Big Ace. I'll take that as correct too. All right, so we got one for y'all. All right. Wordsmith's final words. Hold on. That's not right.
Bitch, I'm a comer before it's my time to go. I don't know everything under the sun, but there's one thing I know. Nigga, I ain't dying, bro. I ain't dying, bro. Nigga, I ain't dying, bro. I ain't dying, bro. Oh, I'll admit, I've been broke as shit. Worst feeling in the world. Couldn't get no chicks, couldn't get no kicks, couldn't get no crib, couldn't get no whip. Don't know if I'll be rich, but I won't live like this. Fuck living like this. Bitch, I'm a plumber before it's my time to go. I don't know everything under the sun, but there's one thing I know. Nigga, I ain't dying, bro. I ain't dying, bro. Nigga, I ain't dying, bro. I ain't dying, bro. Oh,
I ain't dying, bro. Take us out of here, Karen.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must band together.
I will eat the right foods that I
Go myself.
Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
Grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
My health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
getting the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see. Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spitting at your average hard here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, it's hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro.
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on y'allself. Take school serious.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.